So it didn't get to happen. Um, I had already heard that they were fighting. He was taking out guns. Um, you know, I guess he was scaring her or whatever. So there's a report here where
Wait, hold on. The order of protection, and then the thought she was dead. We jumped too much.
no,
How did, what you mean the thought she was dead? Where, what happened?
but wait, because I gotta say this first.
Okay.
So on the 12th, I had to go to court. They were gonna knock off the order of protection. I've been telling my family she's gonna die in his hands, or he's gonna try and lock her up. He tried both. So there was an order of protection that she had made against him. Actually, the city took over, and they put an order of protection.
So there was an order of protection from her towards him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So there was a call made, which the call was, I can't see, but if you can read it, it's a call of domestic violence, right?
So this is the 911 call.
Yeah, it's a domestic violence right here. If you read it on the first.
This is an
first
incident
line.
report.
Mm-hmm. Where they called the so-called Lisa, the one that put and was asking for money also
This
in the
was
GoFundMe.
July 9th.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, July the 9th of this year.
July 9th. On the 26th, they took off the order of protection. On the 6th, she was dead.
So they took it off literally 20 days after she died?
Yes.
Okay. So there was a order of protection. It looked like they was having some type of a
Yeah, the
altercation
call,
issues.
they were fighting, and then there was a gun charge on all of them because when they called the cops, my daughter told them there's a gun there. She's not from the streets, so, you know. He claims that was his baby, his soulmate.
Also, sorry to interrupt you. So when they pulled up, that's when they saw a Glock.
No, she told him, yeah,
No, it says observed in plain view. What they perceived to be a Glock on the desk in the apartment.
But keep on reading.
Caitlin pointed to the desk, referring that
the
firearm noticed by the assigned.
Yes.
The assigned took possession of the firearm and noticed that there was no serial number printed on the firearm. So it was the serial number was.
But she pointed at it.
Keep in mind he's a Marine.
But she was the one that put it there, for what I heard. She took out the clip. She put it on top of there so the cop could see the gun.
So that was his gun?
Yes. But she took the clip.
She took the charge?
She took the clip off.
Okay, she took the clip off. Okay.
And she put it on top of there so when the cops came, could see the gun.
Okay, yeah.
That's what her friends told me. Okay?
But being a Marine, wasn't he licensed to have a gun?
No, but that was he bought it.
Why would the serial number?
They wouldn't sell him one because not in New York because he had ADHD, PTSD. They're not gonna sell.
But they'll put him in the Marine.
Exactly. So this is crazy. But
and they'll give him an assault rifle.
She was the one that put the gun. She took out the clip. She put the gun on top where it was visible. So when the cop came, he saw the gun and she said that's when she said the gun is there. But she was the one that took out the clip.
Okay.
Because I think he was apparently, for what I heard, they were fighting. He kept on taking out the gun and threatening her with the gun and putting it in his head.
Yeah. sorry to interrupt, but I just had a little flashback of you telling me before of your first baby father.
Yeah.
Pointing gun at you, and then
Mm-hmm.
we talking about it's just a cycle. It keeps.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's going through the same shit you was going through.
Mm-hmm.
Gun involved and everything.
Because of the same thing, because of the father thing.
Okay, so keep on.
Because I didn't have a father. Her father wasn't a father.
All right, so what was it?
I mean, he was around, but it was more manipulation. And I'll talk to you guys about that later with proof and everything of all the manipulation.
The People's Podcast, don't forget.
Yeah, I have like one I could show you how he used to treat her like shit. This is one of the
Text?
him calling her because he after he manipulated her, I couldn't take it anymore because she kept thought she was wilding out.
We're gonna have all this in the pocket.
Yeah, she was wilding out, and I couldn't take it no more. And by the time I had a husband, 10 years, I lost my husband to this because he couldn't take the abuse anymore that my kids had, and I would always, I lived for my kids. Let me put it that way, and I didn't let nobody, my ex-husband wasn't very fatherly anyway, but he wasn't bad either. He wouldn't get in, nothing, but he didn't like the abuse. And then the thing was, I'm not going to blame everything on her or my kids, because if I was upset, he would get it also. Like if a woman is upset, what happens? The man is not going to get treated the same way because
yeah, the energy. Yeah,
so negative. He was kind of tired of it. So I told her, you want to go with your father, that's fine. This was before. And before she married and stuff, he took her, and she only lasted 7 months. 7 months, it was a big problem. He called her shitty fucking daughter, and that he didn't want her there, and blah, 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 because she likes to play her games. I used to leave her alone. Leave her alone, play her games, talk to her friends.
He'll probably call her lazy.
Yeah, and he wanted, she had fibromyalgia. At the end of the day, he didn't want to believe. I got texts where he was telling her that she wasn't sick because he didn't want her to take her to the hospital or to the doctor or to psychologist like I did. I used to take her to the psychologist. I used to take her to the hospital, to the doctors, this, that, the other. I used to pay a doctor that's a Lyme specialist. That it used to, it cost me like $800 the first visit, and then $300 every time I went. And it helped her with the Lyme disease and the pains. Because she tried being a cheerleader, and her feet used to get swollen. And, it was a lot. It's a lot. I'm telling you, this is not, it's very complicated.
Yeah,
so
too much into it.
It's too much into it.
Let's go back to.
So yeah.
Let's go back to the gun.
So yeah, when they take it, he didn't even try and save her. He just said the gun wasn't his, and she's like, the gun ain't mine. Either.
So they both said it's not my gun.
And the lady that threw her out from the house too, she was like, the gun ain't mine. So they locked all three of them.
For possession of a firearm.
Yeah. So when she died, I went and fought that. I kept on bothering the prosecutors, which I got proof. At one point, I just sat down to cry because they didn't listen to me. They didn't want to, they didn't want to help me. And I just sat down over in Westchester.
All right, wait, let's not jump to when she died.
No, but wait. So, because they got to do, hold on, because you're going to lose me.
Go ahead.
So then, that's when I was able for them, because a detective got involved, and I think, they talked to each other, whatever. And there was a lawyer sitting down, and then my foster child spoke to them and all this. And I said, my daughter's not from the street. You could tell she's not from the street. You can tell that she wasn't from the street, that she was not like all of us. She wasn't open-minded like us. She wasn't
Okay.
as smart as all my other kids or whatever.
So the three of them got arrested.
So they got
What
arrested.
happened then?
So that's
Somebody
when
took the charge.
so-
they got released. They put a bail.
And
what happened?
no, that's when they put the order of protection on him.
To stay away from her.
So,
So-
there's a domestic violence.
A restraining
There's a
order.
gun charges. There's a gun involved, and the state put an order of protection. They left my order of protection, but they didn't leave his. So on the 26th, because we looked it up. Somebody looked it up. I think it was my sister or my daughter. I don't know, because she has a friend that's a cop, and he looked at it on the 26th. They dropped it. So she was staying with my foster child that I raised. They wasn't together.
Okay, so she came out of jail.
Yes.
They all came out of jail. Restraining order on her. Now she's staying with your foster child. They are separated.
Mm-hmm.
Continue.
So they took the restraining order against him away because I don't know how he convinced her to do that.
But we're still jumping. That's
Okay,
after.
but he took it. No, he convinced her to take the order of protection off.
Okay.
But,
After they came out of jail.
But still, the city is not supposed to.
I think it stays on for 3 years or something like that.
Yes, they're not supposed to. Because the state took that. Once the state take it, I mean, what's the fucking law for? The law is for what they made that law for. Because we have cases of girls or women that are in love.
And they will go back.
They will go back because they are, they
manipulated.
They manipulated, they threatened, they whatever. However, there's a guy here that's in his ear that I feel. This is what I feel. I'm not saying, but this is what I feel. I know his name and everything. But he comes out in the funeral, which he's bald, and you can see him nervous, and he doesn't let Jared be alone.
If you missed the funeral, it's on Eli TV 2. Whoever she's talking about must be on that video. So
but we didn't put the other funeral. That's the part where you can see
that's gonna
really
be on the,
what really is going on.
It's gonna be on the pocket.
Even his real father doesn't like that bald guy.
Okay, so he comes into the picture.
Yeah. I think that Katie knew something about that gun. Where it came from.
Okay, because the restraining order was taken off, but we still got this gun charge open.
Yes.
Okay.
And the bald guy is nervous about something. Because he keeps on in his ear. And he keeps on and on and on. He doesn't let Jared talk to people. He'll get in. He came to me. And he was kind of like trying to threaten me with his attitude. And I said, bro. I don't know who the fuck you talking to. You talking to the wrong mother.
Okay, so now we got the gun charge open. They got back together.
They didn't get back together.
They dropped the restraining order. He got her to drop the restraining order.
Yes, he got her to drop it. However, they were still not together.
Okay.
I don't know what he told her. She was staying with my foster child.
Okay.
And then she leaves with him. The next thing you know, she's calling from DR.
So now they went to the Dominican Republic. See, now I'm getting more the picture. So now they were not together. There was a restraining order. They have an open case of a gun charge.
As soon as they
and
dropped
all of a
it,
sudden, she's in the Dominican Republic with him. How did you find that out, and how did things transpire from there?
because my foster child said it when the detective called when I was in White Plains. So I said, I don't care. You got to call my foster. He's the one that knows what the hell went on. So when the detective called him, he said she was staying with me.
Who said that?
My foster.
Said that she was staying with you.
With him.
Mm-hmm.
And that they wasn't together.
Okay, so they went to the Dominican Republic. How was your relationship with her at the time?
I couldn't get to her because I still had an order of protection. So
And
I was
most of the
waiting.
time he had her phone.
Yeah, but I couldn't. Yeah, like I don't know how he would.
But you already got arrested for violating.
Yes, I couldn't
you
get
had
to her.
Stay over.
I
This
was
is
waiting for the order of protection. I had already spoke to my daughter-in-law, and I told her, listen, tell her, because I felt something was wrong. I don't know. I just felt it. I just knew it. I told
But there was
everybody.
nothing you could do.
And I told my daughter-in-law, I said, the day before she died, my daughter-in-law comes to my house, and I was crying my daughter since the day before, because I told my daughter-in-law, I said, tell her she doesn't have to go through abuse, that I forgive her, that she could come back. I know the way out.
So when you found out that she was in DR,
no, I didn't know she was in DR.
you didn't know she was there? So the news that you got from her being in DR,
that's why I got problems with my family, because everybody knew she was in DR except me.
So when they told you that she was there, they told you she was there dead?
Yes. And I haven't seen my daughter since almost a year. And when I see my daughter, I see my daughter in the morgue. So, and I see her for the first time all fucked up. I never let my daughter get hurt. And I see her bleeding through her ears. But they told me she died in the act. So at first I just got on top of her. I wanted to be there. I wanted to lay next to her. I just wanted to go with her. I don't know. I was thinking crazy. But then I got strength. And I just wanted to take pictures of her. And then I'm struggling with my son because my son is there. He was giving me a hard time. And he started calling me that I was delusional and this, that, because I wanted to take pictures of my daughter. I wanted to take pictures of everything. Because when I saw her, when I got there, these guys, you could tell they bought them. You know, DR is like that. You pay. Okay. And you. So
damn,
you
I
can
don't even know
how DR is. You can explain how DR is.
I'm out of words, my babes, because if you've been watching the video from the beginning, it's heartbreaking for you to be going through this with your own child. And the last thing that you had was going to jail and a fight, and all of a sudden it's dead. It's heartbreaking. I don't even know what to, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what? So you got the phone call, then you had to jump on a flight. Who called you and what did they tell you?
Your wife was the one that saw me. I don't know what the fuck I did. The first thing I screamed
when you came knocking, that's when you got the call. That they told. So who called you and what did they tell you?
Her father.
Her father called you.
He just said Katie. And when he said Katie twice, I already knew. And I said, he fucking killed her. He fucking killed her. I don't know. Your wife said, I said something else. I don't know. I just started stomping, because the pain, I couldn't take the pain, and I don't know, I was on the floor, I don't know, then my son came in, and she's like, oh my God, you hurt her mother, something like that, and all I know that is that, I don't even know how I got off the floor, I don't remember how I got off the floor, or who got me off the floor, I don't know. So I got a plane ticket, and I told my son, we gotta go and say goodbye, because I knew it was gonna be.
What did the father told you? That how did she die? What did they tell
He
you?
just said that.
Huh?
That's all he said.
What is it?
Katie.
That's it? So what did you do next? Who did you call, and how did you try to find out what happened to your daughter?
I don't remember. I know. I said, is he fucking alive? Because I thought that he shot her and he shot himself, something like that. And I don't know who the fuck told me she was in the ER, and I said, what? So I just said, we gotta go. I don't know who the hell got the ticket. I know I gave the card to somebody got the plane ticket, and I was out. I left almost without clothes, nothing.
And you've never been to the Dominican Republic?
Yeah, I've been to
You been there?
But I've never been to that part. I've been to Punta Cana, the nice part.
Gotcha.
You know, the high class part, whatever. That was ghetto.
They went to the ghetto.
Yeah, he took her to the ghetto. He took her to the worst part. One of the worst parts of DR, which it was Samana.
So they called you, and the father told you, Katie. Then you don't remember who you called, but you knew that you had to get a plane ticket and just fly there.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you did?
Yeah.
You bought a plane ticket. Thank God that you had the funds.
I bought two.
Because imagine you caught up in a bad economical situation and things like this happen. So you flew over there.
So he had already opened a GoFundMe real quick.
So he already had a GoFundMe open.
So then her father opened a GoFundMe. I was just thinking about a loan. I didn't even think about money. I just wanted my daughter. But, you know, then I was thinking about a loan, and then next thing you know, everybody had a GoFundMe. And so,
Oh, that's the GoFundMe that you showed me. You're gonna see all that in the people's pockets as well, my people. That you showed me that he said it was to help the family, but
so
you are the mother.
No,
and
it was, the GoFundMe says that it was very well, and that they wanted help so they can bring my daughter to the mother and the father, just like that, to the parents and siblings and friends, which they never did because they never paid for nothing. I paid the whole thing. I paid the funeral. I paid the funeral here. I paid the burial, and I'm paying the stone right now.
You went to DR. What was the first thing that you did? Arrived to the airport.
Yeah.
And then what? Taxi. Somebody. What did you do? How did you get where she was at?
Daughter.
Who took you there?
A friend that I had for 7 years that I have over there, and he took me there.
So when you got there,
I found out where she was. He thought that my sister told me where she was at, but no, I found out myself. Cause he was going crazy.
So when you got there, what were
telling lies?
The stories, or what were the
So
what did they tell you that happened?
No,
to your
well,
daughter?
I get there. I cried on top of my daughter. I prayed.
She was already in a funeral home when you got there?
She was in a freezer. was in the freezer, so I just threw myself on top of her. And then I wanted some time alone with her. So I told everybody that I wanted to be alone with my daughter. So I prayed to God, and I told God, I know this wasn't you, you know, because I know there's evil people. And, you know, I prayed, and I said, you know, I hope that you know that she's innocent, that you give her another opportunity one day. And I told her, I spoke to her, and I said, I know you're in peace now. You know, you're not suffering anymore. But then I got strength. It's like something came into me, and I got some strength. And then I just wanted to take pictures, and then they were telling me that she died in the act.
In what act?
That she broke her neck, but I didn't see a broken neck.
How?
Because I was looking at her.
No, I'm saying, how did she break her neck? My please, I'm sorry, we just can't hold it, because, you know.
They just said that she broke her neck. So I still didn't know how, but that was what the funeral guy was telling me. And I told him, so if she broke her neck, why is she bleeding through her ears? And then I tried brushing her hair, putting her hair to the front, because she was beautiful. And her hair was like to the back. So when I tried putting her hair to the front, I stood with the hair in my hands. Her hair was falling off. So I kind of knew her head, something was.
Why was her hair falling off? How long was the body in the freezer for? Like,
her hair was falling off because it was.
How long after she died you saw her? Because I don't think it was time enough for the body to decompose.
She died on the 6th, and I think I was there on the 7th.
All right, so if the hair was falling off, there's something.
No, it was
more than discomposure.
She wasn't decomposed at all. She looked like she was sleeping. When I saw her, she was still. She had everything. She had her organs. She was like her saliva. I was cleaning her ears. I kept on cleaning. Hold on.
Take your time. I'm gonna give you some more.
I'm sorry, guys. She was. You know, as she was in the freezer, so as she was cold and hard, but as it started, she started getting warm temperature. Her saliva was coming out, and I just was cleaning her, and I was telling her to open her eyes, because she looked like she was sleeping. So I started cleaning her blood, because it started bleeding through her ears.
You have to be very strong, my people, to be standing here in front of a camera, in front of you, telling you what she's telling you. Thank God that she's still here with us, because who knows? You know, so props to her, my peeps. Very strong.
I'm saying I keep in the camera because I want justice for my daughter. Because I feel, nobody is guilty until proven, right? But I feel like this wasn't no accident.
So they're alleging that they went on a 4-wheel.
So
There's different.
I sent for the guy. I sent for her husband, and I told him I want to talk to him. So I'm still with my daughter. I was there for like 2 hours or something. I said bye to her because I knew that this guy was psycho. Cause that's what I could call him, a psycho. I mean, I'm not no psychologist, but damn, you're gonna know why I'm saying that he's a psycho. This is not normal behavior. So
You sent out for him.
yeah, so I waited, and he gets there high, coked up. You could tell he was coked up with that guy, the bald guy. That he was saying it was his father, and it wasn't his father.
So the
this
three
guy's
of
been
them went there
lying.
together?
Even he's been lying to me since I wanted to meet his family since the beginning. And what he told me was his mother abandoned him and that she was Jamaican. She wasn't Jamaican. That's one. Second, he told me that his father was locked up and he had just came out of jail, and that's the only person I spoke to on FaceTime, and for like 5 minutes because he was nervous. He didn't want me to talk. And so I told him, I said, why are you nervous? Like, this was when they got married at the beginning. So, I said, okay, so who raised you? And he tells me that his grandma. And I said, okay, so can I meet your grandma? And he tells me that his grandma is crazy, she's bipolar, and that I didn't want to meet her because she was going to insult me. So he kept on putting excuses, and I kept on telling Katie.
There were a lot of lies.
Yes, everything was a lie. Everything. Since the beginning, everything.
So then the bald guy comes into play.
The bald guy, there's something not right with that bald guy.
So he shows up. They showed up together.
They showed up together.
You said that he
So
was high.
Yeah, they were high. They were coked up. You could smell the marijuana on them, and you could see they were coked up. So he comes with the shirt open, like they were partying.
A day after the tragic accident.
Yeah, and then he was fine. He was fine. I didn't see no scratch on this dude. No scratch, no nothing, because I saw him, and he was in shorts. He was in shorts. His shirt was open. I didn't see no scratch on him, and I'm telling you this for a reason, and I'm gonna tell you why. So the first story was the bald guy comes in. He doesn't let him talk. And he comes to me all tough. Like he intimidating somebody. Wrong mother. So he tells me, what happened was, no, actually the funeral guy, the Geronimo guy, he tells me that she was in an ATV and that she lost control. And that she lost control and the ATV fell on her, and that's how she broke her neck. So when I called them and they come in, right? And I'm telling them, so she got a broken neck. Where's the broken neck? So I'm looking for the broken. I got the pictures here. You can see she don't got a broken neck.
You're gonna see all that in the People's Podcast.
I don't. Yeah, it's kind of strong. I don't know. You can do that.
I'll do it. If I have to blur certain things, I'll blur it. But
yeah, because I don't want.
We're gonna make sure that people get a better understanding of a better scope.
She don't have a broken neck. It was, I knew it was the head since the beginning when I saw her. And when I knew that her hair was falling off, I said that was the head. So I couldn't do much because my son was stressing me.
There was no wounds visible?
No.
On the head or?
No. No. And I wanted to pick up her head and see, but my son was stressing me. And he was insulting me because I wanted to take pictures. Yes.
Why he was insulting you?
Because he's always insulting me.
Okay, so he was trying to.
He told me to shut the fuck up because I told him give me the phone. So he didn't want to give me the phone, and I was like, give me the fucking phone. So I took.
You wanted to take pictures for evidence for yourself.
Yes,
she died in another country, and the system over there is very fishy.
You can see that she's not a street girl. And this is where they were doing the. Every time I see this, it's like it fucks me up because they were setting her up to me. That's my opinion, that's my opinion, and that's what my mother gut tells me.
This is the same ATV she died on.
Yeah, she was making the best. She was trying to be happy. Her. They wasn't together. She was just trying to be happy. Her. Now, if you see this picture, they didn't know I had a video. My sister, by mistake, tells him, because I told him, don't talk to them unless y'all talk to me. Because I know what this motherfucker's thinking. But my family, they stubborn. So.
Yeah, they're going to look at you crazy.
Yes. So they believe me after. Then they started believing me. But my sister had told them, that I have a video of that. So they were saying that she was fast. What you can see in the video is him going really slow, and he was going like that to this girl, like telling her go slower, so she could look like my daughter was quick. But if you see in the video that you're gonna see it.
They were going slow.
She was going.
It was like a little parade.
She was fine. She was going normal.
They were probably doing 15 miles per hour.
And it's weird. It was weird that
on the video.
That
it was like her. Then we have another one. Then we have a car. Then we have. It was like a line.
It was weird that he didn't hardly take pictures of her, but he kept on taking pictures of her, like if she was in front. Because there's another picture of her, which this is. Like people, if somebody's a psychologist in this, they're gonna know what I'm talking about. There's a picture
of what?
Anyway, you can see the demeanor in this guy. This was him young. He was already obsessed with money. That's an obsession with money. Okay, so this is one of the pictures. Look at this picture with what is it? He think he gangsta, and he was telling me he was blood and that about guns. And I told him one day, I said, listen, you take out a gun on me and you gotta use it. I'm gonna tell you that much. Okay, so he kind of that's why he wanted me out of the picture, because I wasn't scared of him. He was trying to intimidate me, and I'm like, boy, you crazy. So right here, he's also with a gun. Now he's in a range thing, but he had an Instagram before he married my daughter. Everything with guns, and he was in the Marine. He wasn't supposed to have that. I called his commander, and I told him about that, and I said, you need to look into that, because that's not normal. And he's not supposed to have all these guns and in pictures.
And yeah, we have a gun charge that your daughter's involved in. And
no, but they dropped it because I kept on fucking with them. And I said,
that was after she died?
Yes, after she died. And they dropped it, and he still got it, and they want me to go on trial. And I said, absolutely. I will go to trial.
So let's go back to the funeral. The bull guy pulled up.
Yeah, I tried.
They
He
told
said,
you that he broke her neck. That
Yeah.
she broke her neck.
and he started telling people that I went over there to confiscate the body, and I don't know, some crazy shit, that I do voodoo, and that I was doing spells on them, and all this bullshit.
And then that's another issue that you was having because you couldn't bring the body
Yeah, I
back.
couldn't.
They didn't want to give her the body.
Cause
She had no
he bought
saying
people already.
in her daughter's body.
But he bought people already because they had told me that in DR I was able to. But you could see these people, they were bought. They were bought. Because, over there, money talks, bullshit walks. And it's not like here. Everywhere is like that. But over there, you can see it. It's not like...
Yeah, over there, it's obvious. It's very
obvious.
Yes, it's very
So
obvious.
I got the texts, and in here, in his WhatsApp, he put it so they can be erased. But what he didn't know was that I was taking screenshots of everything, and my family too. Everything was screenshotted. So I told him, Jared, which cemetery you want? Because I was trying to be nice to the guy because I know he was a psychopath. And I had to be nice to the guy because all I wanted to do was bury my daughter. So they tried, the first time, they gave a confirmation number for my daughter to get to the airport. When the funeral home over here, Sinatra, went to get my daughter in the airport, she wasn't in the airport.
So they gave you a confirmation number that the body was going to be brought to the airport at a certain day. So when the funeral home from over here went to the airport to pick up the body, the body wasn't in the airport.
Yeah.
So that's another struggle for you, another thing for you to go through. Try to get your body, your daughter's body.
Yeah,
back.
So I had to go back to the DR.
So you came back, and now you have to go back because the body's not in the airport. Now, Where's the body? Where's my daughter? And why she's not here?
Yeah.
Now she had to take another flight back to the DR to find out why her daughter's body was not brought to the USA.
So when I go to DR, I decided to hire a
cop. All right.
He was 25 years a cop, and he was doing jobs, helping, investigating, whatever. So, and I hired a lawyer. I investigated, so there was somebody I have somebody that was talking and told me that this guy, there was a guy, this guy. I have the picture. I have his picture completely that you can see him real good. But this guy was, how you say that? Tourist.
A guide. A tour guide.
Tourist guide. But he didn't have no papers. He was illegal.
So he was a tour guide over there.
He was a tour guide that supposedly he used to guide him
with the four-wheel.
to rent the four-wheelers.
Okay.
So this guy goes to the place, they rent the four-wheelers, and he went to this place to rent the four-wheelers. And this is the thing. So there's a place called Terrena. So they can't get out of Terrena or Limon or, like 3 places.
There's an area where once you rent the four-wheel, you can't go past.
You can't go past.
Exactly.
Okay,
so you rent a four-wheel, you have to stay around this area.
Yeah, I took a video of it, which I'll show you guys later because I have it. And there was 911s everywhere. There was cops everywhere with the hats, 911, whatever. And that's why they couldn't get out of that area because there was cops everywhere. And even when I was in DR, a fight broke out where I was in one of the worst places there in Mocha. And I saw the cops came real quicker than here. And I was like, things happen for a reason. And the cops came And I was like, so, and I recorded that. That's in my TikTok. The cops came real quick, and I said, whoa. So the cops come here quick as hell, and you're going to tell me that this guy didn't call 911? How I know he didn't call 911? Because this was the first clue was there was somebody talking. They guided me to this guy. I went to the tour guide, and I put him in the car, and the guy that was with me had a clip. And he was scared. And he said, how did you find me? I said, don't worry about it. Okay? I'm not like you guys. I go by codes. So don't worry about where I got you. I found you, and I'm going to find you again.
Yeah, so now what's good? What happened?
So he said something that I knew that he knew what the fuck happened. So I have it recorded. But it's in Spanish, though. But
it's going to be on the People's Podcast with the translation. So stay tuned in.
Yeah, so he said something, and I said, and I knew it. And he was, with his eyes, I could tell he knew. And I told him, but then he wanted money. Talking about 1,000, and I said, what the fuck, are you the president for me?
Dollars or pesos?
Yeah, no, dollars.
You
this
want
nigga.
$1,000 to talk?
Even the license, and then he said something to, no, and I have all this in
text.
Yeah, I got all this, and I'm printing all, little by little, I'm printing everything out. So he says at the end, he says, well, if I get you the guy, which I know that, come on, I'm straight. I ain't stupid. He tells me, oh, if I get you the guy that, did the shit with him, and then know something about it, are you going to send me money? And I said, sure. But I told him, so how do I know that guy is not you, but you're telling a friend to
play it off.
Yeah, to play it off, because I know it's you, dude, and I'm giving you the opportunity to do things right, because I'm not
So he was trying to say
you.
that he wasn't the guy.
Yes.
He said it was somebody else, but it was him.
It was him. It's him. So then, I got everything recorded. These niggas are fucked, because and I told this guy, I said, he snitched on you. I have a recording where he snitched on all these people. Jared snitched on himself.
Your daughter's husband.
Yeah. And that's what I was telling my family
How
before.
How so?
Because I don't want to say too much about it. Because the reason why I don't want to say too much.
Still working on it.
Nah, it's because they can, if they hear this, they can defend themselves and try and work around it, to say another lie. You know what I'm saying? But I have enough to know that my daughter didn't die in the act, that my daughter was picked up from him. He put her in a car. Who knows what happened in that car? He went to a hospital. She was already dead when she got to the hospital, and the report was made in the hospital by a cop, not in the place where she died.
And only by his statements. Like, no witness statements, it's just what he said.
Exactly. Only what he said.
So then, the body, you went back.
But when he comes, let me tell you the lies. So when they got there, so this guy comes and says, first the guy from the funeral tells me that lie, that
her neck.
And I said, no, and about the ATV that fell on her and whatever. And so I'm looking, but it didn't, the way she was, it wasn't adding up. So then when they come in, the bald guy comes and gets in and starts talking and doesn't let Jared talk. And he's like, oh no, she saw a donkey and she got spooked.
She saw a donkey?
Yeah, they tell, and we was like, what? Spooked by a donkey? My daughter
She's an
would've
animal.
stopped.
You spoke about it.
What?
She
My
would have
daughter
stopped
would
and
have stopped and
petted.
pet the fucking animal. What you talking about? She got spooked. I said, listen. So then he was like, oh, as a matter of fact, the donkey wasn't even in front of her. The donkey was, like in a fence. And this and that. So they kept on changing the story. And then they said that the donkey wasn't even on the fence, that it was on the sidewalk. And I'm like, and he's like, on my face. So I said, who the fuck is you? And you need to get the fuck out of my face before I punch your ass. And I don't even know you. So why are you talking to me? He should be talking to me, not you. And I don't believe the donkey story. So when I told him I don't believe the donkey story, that's when they changed the story again. And they kept on changing the stories we didn't know until, like I said, his mistake was not knowing her mom. I know everybody. And so I guess he was drugged up, whatever. And he was saying he told somebody, and the person's mother is my friend for 20-something years. And they sent me the clip. He's been talking to people, he's been talking to people, and people been saving it, and whatever he says, and they've been sending it to me. So,
What he said?
That he said something to the effect of one of the things he said was that there was a car that first he said that she was fast, all the story, and that she, and that's why she crashed. Then the donkey story, but then he said on his own words, his voice, he said that there was a car and they were aiming for the girls, that he was in front, that his that guy, that bald guy, he calls him stepfather, and that's bullshit. That's not his stepfather, nothing. Because the streets talk. That guy is a drug dealer. Let me put it that way. I don't give a fuck. This is about my daughter, so I don't care. I ain't no snitch, but this is about my daughter. The guy is a drug dealer, and I don't know if he sells guns or whatever. Something's going on. That's my opinion. Let me put it that way. That's my opinion and what the street has said, not me. The streets. So, apparently, he said that he was in front, something like that, and his stepfather was in the back, and the girls were in the middle. So now he was changing the stories.
So now it's not a donkey.
Yeah, he was trying to take pictures of Katie in the front.
So he was all the way in the back of the line.
Supposedly. No, the stepfather now. And then he was in the front. So, you see what I'm saying? So then he says that a guy tried to hit the girls. Why the girls? A car.
Okay.
And they were trying to hit, supposedly, the two girls. I don't think it was the two girls. I think they were, I think the target was my daughter. And that first he said that he didn't see nothing. And then he said that he saw Katie, sliding or something from,
off-road.
Or off-road, and that something about that Katie fell in the left. She was in the left, and that the car was in somewhere. The ATV. I have the recording. And he said that there was a beach, and that he stood there. So that's a couple of minutes. You stand up. This is how he said it. He said that he stand up, that Katie was on the floor, and he's over there looking to see where was the donkey. Right? But this was at the end that he said this story. And that he was looking, and that he didn't see no donkey, and that this and that. And then he says that he picked up the body, he put her in the car, and that he saw her eyes, she was looking at him, and that he saw her take the last breath, and that he knew it was done. What the fuck was done?
He said that?
Yes. This is him, his own voice. And I have that. He's supposed to be in jail in the NDR. So I called the embassy. I got a recording where I went to the embassy. The embassy didn't do shit.
Exactly. So
They
the body.
They spoke to me on the phone.
How did the body make it here? You went back.
Wait. Yeah, but wait, because I was putting pressure. He knew I was there.
They didn't want to give you the body.
No.
They didn't want to give you
so
custody
I
of the
had
body.
to pay. My daughter's father had, before he abandoned her, because he abandoned her again, even dead. But before he abandoned her, he sends me $1, and I told him, DR, there's not a lot of internet. So I told him, send me the money so I can pay these guys, because they talking about that this guy was playing with them, and that
he wasn't paying for the body to be transferred over here, so that's why they didn't bring the body.
He was asking.
Because he told you everything was paid for, but none of that. You had to come up with the money.
He kept on like telling them stories about the GoFundMe, but the GoFundMe, when my son.
Meanwhile, your daughter's in on a freezer.
Yeah. So it was already 17 days when I was over there.
So there was 17 days that passed with the back and forward. Is she here? When is she coming?
Twice they sent, there was a confirmation number, and I have all that, to pick up my daughter's body, and she was not sent. When they picked up the body over here, when they tried to pick up the body.
It was discomposing.
No, she wasn't in the airport.
Gotcha.
So.
That's when you had to go back.
No, I went back the first time that they didn't send her.
Mm-hmm.
So the second time, I went, and that's when I put pressure. No, it was 2 times, I think.
They told you had to go to the embassy too or something?
No, what happened was, wait.
Over there?
No.
American
What happened?
Embassy?
Wait, you got me confused.
Go ahead.
What happened is the second time, they were gonna send her that day that I came.
Mm-hmm.
I came on the 20th, I think it was. I got here on the 20th. That's the day that that the body was gonna get here. That day, I felt that she was gonna make it. But something happened that they didn't want to let her go in the airport again. But it was because of the payment issue. Something was, something about payments. Everything was about payments. So my daughter's father sends him $3,200. This guy gives these people $800. Okay? And he kept on, and then he tells me the only thing he talked to me about over there, he gave me a hug. He said sorry, but the way he hugged me, it was like, he said sorry, and then it was kind of psycho shit. I knew he was telling me something.
It was a cold hug.
No, it was like you'll see, motherfucker, kind of shit. So I felt it. But I was calm. I said, let me keep it calm. And I didn't want to hug him, but I had to. Because I looked at my daughter, and I said, I went like that. And he knew, because I couldn't hug him. So I went, it's okay.
It wasn't a real hug.
And I was like, it's okay. So I looked straight in his eyes, and I said, it's okay. But he knew already, too, that I was telling him.
So who told you about the embassy? What happened?
Wait, because, see, that's why you're confused.
Go ahead.
So what I was saying, where was I? Oh, so when I was there, so there was a thing with the money. He gave $800. So my sister did a wire transfer of $2,400 to DR. And then the only receipt he has is a $3,000 receipt. And that was my daughter's father that gave it to him, really. So he really didn't put nothing. We paid for it. Mm-hmm. So then when he comes here, he disappeared. He wasn't appearing.
But the body was still over there?
No, the body, on the 20th, the body came.
Okay.
With me. I came and then the body came.
Okay.
So, but there was a problem.
How did you
in
end
cargo.
up going to the embassy?
Huh?
How you end up going to the embassy? And why?
Because I was trying to tell them there was foul play.
Okay.
And they didn't listen to me.
Did the embassy do anything to help you?
Supposedly there was an investigation. That's what I'm saying. He even said it. That they were looking at them weird, strange, like his friend killed a tourist, but that something like that. That they were looking at them crazy in the yard. That's what he said.
That was the news over there.
That's what he said. That was the news, and that's what he says in that clip that they send me. However, when I got here, I started talking to the funeral home. So he had told the funeral home also not to talk to me, and that I do voodoo, and that I was going to do a witchcraft, and blah, 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 blah. And I have texts that you guys are going to see that this guy is not okay in the head. I have a whole bunch of texts.
The People's Podcast. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Everything that he said, whatever. And he didn't want us there. Okay, so he said that it was my daughter's wishes, that she didn't want us there, that her wishes was that, I don't know, that she didn't want supposedly her father there, that it was their decision. And I'm like thinking, you're 21 and y'all thinking about death? What was it? Y'all had a conversation about,
right?
What the fuck?
Like,
so I'm
she
like,
planned it with you?
like it was planned. Like what? What are you talking about? That my daughter, that was her wishes or whatever. I have a text where you can see that he says people gotta respect the husband's wishes. Which I haven't.
And that's when the issue comes in, my piece, because once you get married, then the parents have no more saying in the child, because it's up to the husband. The husband was the one who's in charge of the body, no matter what happens. But now it gets tricky here because there's a gun charge, there's a restraining order, so they wasn't supposed to be together. He wasn't supposed to be near her for some reason, and this happened.
She shrunk. So I don't know if you guys know about that, but she shrunk. Her hand shrunk. I guess when she got hit, she shrunk in the head. Yeah, all right.
Sorry.
So she her hands shrunk. She was bleeding through the ears. Nothing made, you saw the clothes she had on there's a picture here where when she was on supposedly the day she died, she had white shorts on that car when she was on it, on the ATV. And then all of a sudden she had that on. So I don't know, that was kind of weird too. Also, they wasn't together. So I think he told her to take a picture together. Or she probably said, let's take a picture. And he put come on, this is weird. So he put a bird so he didn't have to hug her. Hey, you don't think that's weird? Come on. So he put a bird so he didn't have to hug her and they could take a picture. Because he really didn't take pictures with her. When they took pictures, he wasn't, I don't know how to explain it. He wouldn't take pictures like hugging her, this, that.
It wasn't charismatic. It wasn't.
Yeah. The pictures, it was like, I don't know. You could tell that he was cold. You could tell the body language that he was cold, and I don't know. He looks fucking. I don't know. You guys make the decision on your own. And they were friends. Supposedly, they went over there as
friends.
Yes, I think. So this truck was there.
What about that truck?
I think that's the truck he put her in.
to bring her to the
And
hospital.
then he takes this picture, see? Like if saying that she was in front, because the first story was that she was quick and that she lost control. That's what they were trying to say. So they took pictures first saying that she was first, that she was in front, that she was quick, and that's why she lost control. That was the first story, but it didn't happen because I didn't believe it. So I guess they got nervous that I didn't believe it. Then the donkey story came in, and then that's when at the end I have a clip. I have him in a clip speaking, and he did a couple of things illegal in DR. In DR is illegal for them to pick up the body, and he's military. He should know that too. And second, especially when you get hit in the head.
Yeah, he should have let that to the ambulance or a professional.
Second,
she could have probably still been alive, and then you move the body, and then you fuck something up.
Yeah, I have.
Things get worse.
I have. Let me see if I find it. I have where they were supposed to be at. It's like an hour and 35 minutes or something like that.
Oh yeah, so they went away.
They went away
from the zone.
From the zone, like an hour and something from there, which that was illegal too. He wasn't supposed to go out of that place, and he was like an hour and something from there. So that was illegal also. And even that I have a recording also from the funeral home saying that he was a delinquent and that I should lock him up. Even the funeral, not the first funeral. The first funeral was bought. The second funeral, which he's the owner, and they all like work together or whatever. But I told him, I'm sorry. I don't know if that's your people's or work together, but them people are bought.
So now, since she's a United States born citizen, what has the United States done to help you to find out if she was murdered, if there was foul play?
Nothing. They haven't. I've been to everywhere, and I have proof. I recorded everywhere I went. They haven't helped me. I went to the embassy, even in DR. I called the embassy here. I've been calling over there to open the case. They don't pick up the phone because 6ix9ine was in Samaná. So they want of course money. So they wasn't picking up the phone. So I've been doing everything I can. Next step is the news.
As you can see, my peeps, these are things that not everybody knows and not everybody has a platform to tell you, but a lot of people go through it and there's no help. Her daughter passed away in the Dominican Republic. She still doesn't know how because there are too many sides to the story. United States agencies, she's been knocking on a lot of doors and they just turned their back on her. I'm sorry to interrupt you. About that, I even try to do a report that he was telling you about the cops. I've been trying to do a report of fraud because he didn't pay for nothing. I have also the proof that I paid for everything, even the funeral here. And I don't care. I don't mind. That's my daughter. But he has a GoFundMe. He had or whatever. He was even charging for the comments in the GoFundMe $5. They do that? You can do that too?
Yeah. So he was, yeah. Wow. And he didn't pay for 1 cent. So I'm trying. Twice I went. First time I went to the precinct. I have it in TikTok. The lady was agitated. She didn't want to help me. I was stuck because my daughter had just
died. The third
died.
Precinct, by the way.
Yeah. And I was kind of stuck. I went to internal affairs and I made a complaint where they're supposed to come and follow up with that, supposedly, right? But these people all together, whatever. And then the second time I was recording, and I called, and the cop was trying to tell me that was the husband. That what's the problem with him having GoFundMe? And I said, and who the hell is you? You the judge? I said, you come here to do a service. and I'm asking you that I want to make a report about a fraud. The judge should be the one telling me. Let me deal with the judge. Let them see the proof I got of what I'm talking about, and don't worry about it.
So they didn't even take the case.
So the guy said, he gave me, that paper with the CC number, whatever.
The report.
But he didn't even take the name of Jared or Lisa, or because the GoFundMe is under, like I said, he never puts anything under his name. So the GoFundMe, he had it under Kayla something. I have the GoFundMe somewhere around here.
Gotcha.
Let me see if I can find that one, because you guys probably know better than me about, the GoFundMe gotta be somewhere here, because I got all the proof, all crazy. Hold on.
So he put it under somebody else's name.
Yeah, he put it under somebody else's name.
So they did an autopsy in DR.
So this girl, I don't know if she likes him or I don't know what's going on, but she was saying that she was my daughter's friend, and she was acting up because they put the video. They were trying to torture me, and they put the video where I had to fight with my daughter in my Facebook after my daughter died, and he used somebody else to do it.
So after she died, they used that video and put it in your face. Yo, that's torture, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah. And then this girl, she comes and says something to the effect of, I said I stay quiet on the topic because Jared asked me to.
He told her not to speak.
Yeah. He's been telling people not to speak about the topic. I have videos of them, the way they suffer. They made hell of my funeral. They were trying to look for trouble in my funeral. Not the funeral, the burial. So in the funeral too. But he was kind of scared because they punks. To me, this is coward behavior, because there was a lot of men, and Katie has a lot of family. Which the hour that was taken was a critical hour, so a lot of people couldn't make it. And then the next day it was raining like crazy, and in the burial they put a joint on top of I didn't see that, because if I would have seen that, and God blinded me or whatever it was, they were laughing.
They put a blunt on top of the coffin. They put a blunt,
yeah. And then they were laughing. It was like they were making, like it was fun. Like, I didn't even want to be, I couldn't see this guy no more. I didn't want to see him. I was, they were holding my head, so I didn't see him. I didn't see when he put the blunt. Then they started, I think the bald guy started telling people at the beginning before I got there, because they thought I wasn't going to go. And he was like, oh, where's the guys that you got? Where's the guys that you had? And my sister told him, ain't nobody scared of you. Like, I don't know why you... So they were trying to start some trouble. And then they didn't know I was going to get there. And then after that, I got there.
And all of that is just on top of you losing your child, my babes. On top of you losing your child, look, all she has to go through just to make sure that her body rests in peace at a place of her choice. And she's been knocking on too many doors, and I'm a witness to every single thing, my babes. She's been knocking and knocking and knocking to see if somebody can investigate, somebody could give her a straightforward answer to what's going on, and to how her daughter died, if there was foul play, what are the issues, but everybody turned their back. She's already dead, and not everybody cares as much as her, because it's her family, it's her blood. For what I could see, she's not gonna give up. She's gonna keep on knocking doors. She's gonna keep on trying her best to bring transparency and expose what happened and what's happening behind closed doors, because it's a never-ending journey, my people. You feel me? And that pain that she's going through, it's, I don't know how to explain it. You wouldn't even be able to explain it, because it's losing a part of you. It's losing a part of your body. And I can only imagine, and I'm her neighbor, my page, you know, every now and then just thinking of her daughter, oh, my daughter, and then it'll just, you know what I'm saying, you by yourself in an apartment, and you'll go crazy, my page, you know what I'm saying, and she's a very strong woman. She's been standing strong, and hopefully she keeps up the fight. And stay tuned in for the People's Podcast. We didn't have a lot of time because we've been for forever here, but on the next People's Podcast, we're gonna try to tell you, because like I said recently, they came and took her and kidnapped her literally out of her apartment. She got bruises on her legs, bruises on her arm, her shoulder dislocated. Police stomped on her.
It was supposed to be
a wellness check. And she
they
ended up in the hospital, just kidnapped for like a week, right?
Yeah,
I was worried because I see her packages there, and I see the car parked for like a week, and I'm like, yo, I really hope that nothing won't happen to her. I really don't want to show my people, because I really told you I was gonna bring her here, and then I'm like, damn, bro, where is she? Where is she? I was very worried that something happened to her, that she really lost it, and you know what I'm saying? And thank God that she came and told me that she was kidnapped. This video was supposed to be earlier, but I think it was the same day that we were supposed to do the video. They took her.
I needed help because I'm having problems getting the autopsy. He put on that paper specifically where it says mother, he put his name.
There you have. That's another one, please. So I'm gonna always be here for you. You can count on this platform.
He's always here
with my people.
And his wife is great.
And you can always count on me for whatever, for anything. I'm gonna see you guys soon on the next podcast. Stay tuned in. Go subscribe. Her name is Nisa Son. She got a YouTube channel as well. She creates content, and it was lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. I love you all. And I'm gonna read the comments and the chats. We're gonna read it together and see what you guys comment, what you said, and what you think. So maybe, you know what I'm saying, we could come up with something, what to do next. But like I said, stay tuned in. Love and respect. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one.
Thank you.
Take care, my peeps. See you.